Hello, I'm live. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. We will wait until a couple of people start watching. I forgot to do my live intro video. Oh well, here I am. It is Thursday, March 17th, and this is this week's Empowered Light Leader show. I am Sarah Curley. I'm a trans channel and an intuitive coach, and I go live every week with channeled wisdom. I take wisdom that I channel from source and I present it to you in an accessible way. I give you tools and tips for transformation. And this week, we're talking about our connection to the universe and why is it sometimes we feel more connected than other times, especially when we're in those frustrated places. Why can't we hear the universe? So, what does the universe want us to do? If only we could get better at listening, then things would feel smoother, right? So I am able to access comments. Let's see. I'm going to exit the full screen. If you would like to comment and converse with me, we can be interactive. I can answer your questions as we go along. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know my audience. If you just want to watch and observe, that's cool too. If you're frustrated and you feel like you can't connect, you feel like people say trust your heart, but you don't know what that means. Hi, Michelson. Hey. If you feel like you hear all the time that cliche of trust your heart, trust your guidance, but you really just don't know how to access it, well, this live might be for you. You're in luck because we're going to be talking about that today. Because as a trans channel, as someone who's connected very closely to source, like you, I have my frustrations, I have my bad days, but I truly believe, without a doubt, that all of the answers that we seek are within. So I'll talk a little bit today about maybe how to get to that place. If you don't feel like you're at that place, and if you're frustrated, if you feel like you need answers, hey, oh, loving you from Eugene, Oregon, so cool. Hey, Jessica, thank you for watching. Yeah, so, if you're having frustrations with listening and knowing what to do, let me know. We can guide you through that. There are days I have where I feel so blocked and so stuck, and I feel like nothing's coming through. And there are other days where I write and write and write, and my guidance is just flowing and going, right? So why is it? Why is it we have those days, but other days nothing? It's like crickets, right? Is it us or is it the universe? Well, I want to share some stories with you today, and please let me know if you struggle with this as well. Um, this past week, I felt, just very tired, very emotional. And yesterday, I felt very heavy, like I couldn't even move. I couldn't even move. I have bad allergies, right? Did you ever just have those days where you're super tired and I couldn't do anything and all I wanted to do was everything, right? Do you ever have those days where you feel like you can't do anything, but your mind, right? There's two parts of us, right? There's the part of us, our mind, that you should do this and you should do this and you should do that, right? Do you have that? Does your mind have this list, right? But I have to do this, but I have to do this, but I have to do this. And your body's literally like, I can't do anything, right? And sometimes we get sick. Yes, indeed, Michael Zen, right? And sometimes we get sick. And I really feel like the universe speaks to us this way. And that's the point I'm making. And that's what I'm going to get to. The universe is you, is God, is source, whatever you want to call it, is not separate from you. Okay. It's not outside of you. It's not here. It's here. It's within you. So it's always talking to you, through your life. And if things are showing up, they're showing up for a reason. So what led me to this is yesterday I'm having like, I want to do all these things. I have to do this. I have to get my mailing list out. I have to tell people this, da, 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 and I couldn't do anything. So I just sat in that feeling, right? Instead of like trying to impose my will, and I listened. I listened to what my body was telling me. My body said, don't do anything today. Don't do work today. Just draw. Get back to your joy. You don't need to do anything today. I literally stopped and I listened because my body couldn't. It couldn't. And when we force ourselves to do things that we can't do, that's when we get into trouble. So today, when I was tuning into my guidance, I said, things have felt really slow for me lately. Has anybody felt that? Just the universe, just like, in the process of building things, one part of me again is like, hurry up, hurry up. I need to do this. I need to do this, right? It's a race. I want to do this. I want to do this, right? Do you ever feel like, again, it's your agenda, it's your ego, okay? It's the part of you that believes that you need this, whatever this is. But then there's the whole other reality of what source is showing to you, right? So it's okay, maybe I should surrender to what is, right? And instead of trying to force what will be. And that's where we always get into trouble. What if we just, instead of trying to swim up the river, we just let back and let the oars sink into the water and we just let the river carry us. And how do we let the river carry us, right? By stopping and listening. So yesterday I pulled the stillness card and today I said, well, things feel really slow, right? So if things feel really slow, what does that mean? What does that mean? If things are moving the way you want them to move, what does that mean? What do you think that means? So it means it means that it's time to have some patience, right? If things aren't showing up the way that you want them to show up, or maybe you need to stop doing them a certain way, right? Does anybody ever feel like they try to get things to work out and the more that they push, the more it seems like things just like don't work out? Has anyone experienced that? I know I have. And really, I'm going to tell you right now that that is a divine blessing. That is a blessing. That is the universe talking to you. The universe talks to you through your body, through your emotions, through other people, through signs and symbols. And we know all this, but we forget this, we ignore it. So if you can't move forward and you're tired, well, what is the universe asking? It's asking you to rest. If only we listened and it was that simple, right? And if things just aren't working out the way they used to, well, what is the universe saying there? Maybe it's time to change what you are doing because you can't get what? Like new results from doing the old things, right? And if any of this resonates with you, please let me know. I'd love to hear if you have frustrations with trying to put things forward in the universe or manifest things, but they're just not happening. Let me know. You need to change your energy. You need to change your energy, especially with manifestation, because another point I'm making here throughout this whole conversation, the universe speaks to us through energy. And you can't, right? You can't manipulate the universe, right? You can't lie to the universe because it reads your energy. It is source. It is you. So you can't say, I'm abundant, but then deep inside you're like, I'm so scared of not having money. I'm freaking out, right? The universe feels that energy, feels that vibration. And I think I was watching YouTube the other day. You know how those advertisements pop up? There was an ad for some healing something, and this guy said, I did a little experiment and I tried listening to my guidance every day for a year. So every day he sat down and he would just listen to his guidance. Does everyone know what I mean by listen to your guidance? So what I do in the morning is I have a practice. I sit down and I ask, what do I need to know today? Now, here's the thing too. If you're the type of person who, first of all, you should always be asking. You should always be asking source. You should always be asking because all the answers are there for us. If you're not asking, then you can't receive. If you don't ask, you can't receive. So first off, you should be asking. Secondly, if you ask and you feel like you're not getting anything, then it's about really letting go and really allowing the first thing to come in without judgment. And that's also the biggest step in mediumship and developing spiritually and psychically is getting out of your own way. It's allowing to come through, but you need to create the space and you need to create the time to allow the universe to talk to you because literally it's a phone that's always ringing. The communication, the guidance, the spiritual understanding is source, is always there. It's in every single thing. It's not, oh, all of a sudden I achieved greatness and ascension and there it is for me. No, it is here now. Really, it's just about you standing still long enough to hear it. That's what it is. That's all it is. So it's about intentionally creating space in your life to receive what the universe is trying to create. And if you're not making that space, then you're not going to receive the guidance. The signs are always there for you. You just have to pick up the phone, right? Does anyone feel like they get signs or symbols? Do you ask for signs? Do you ask for symbols? Do you ask for guidance? Right? If you ask for symbols, I'd love to hear some of the symbols that you get because I'm a huge believer in that. But I have a practice in the morning where I sit down with my journal and I ask, what do I need to know today? Okay. And sometimes I ask the 3 R's. What do I need to release? What do I need to receive? And what do I need to remember? And let this practice be bam, bam, bam. Not this is your logical mind. When you're sitting in that energy of, that's your logical mind. No, it should be quick. That's the heart. Trust. What do I need to release? Fear. What do I need to receive? Love. What do I need to remember? I am enough the way I am. Boom, quick. Okay. So you need to create that kind of space where you're asking. And then sometimes what I do is I pull an oracle card. Well, how can I put this to action in my life? So I'm creating the space to listen, right? To listen to that guidance, to listen. Now, another piece of this beautiful conversation that we're having that came through today was, the energy of destruction and rebirth. So we are literally heading in, I think the spring equinox is in a couple of days, right? It's the 21st. So we're heading into the spring equinox and the spring energy. And what is spring all about, right? It's about rebirth, regeneration, right? The winter is the process of stillness, of going within, and then we head into the spring and it's the energy of rebirth, right? So this is, us moving into that energy, and that's going to reflect in your life because we are part of the universe, right? So as I'm tuning into my guidance this morning, there's this energy of, okay, well, in order for things to be reborn, okay, they need to be destroyed first. Now, kind of sounds like a negative thing, like we don't want to destroy things, but actually, it's the fire, right? It's the fire that clears the forest. We need forest fires. We need the fire, the regenerative energy to clear so we can rebuild, so there's new saplings, so the seeds can burst out and grow, right? So if things feel slow, if things feel like they're not working quite the right way, it's because you're asking to leave. You're being asked. Are you being asked? Ask, am I being asked to leave things behind? Okay. So what are you being asked to leave behind? Because in order to create something new, you have to let go of what was. That has to be destroyed. It's the energy. Does anybody follow tarot? Okay. Do you know what card I'm talking about in the tarot? Anybody know what card? Um, and also, it's the energy of Kali. She is the Hindu goddess, the destroyer, and she is feared, right, by many because it's an intense energy. Kali comes in and changes your freaking life. Okay. So she is the destroyer, but she destroys all the negativity. Okay. She destroys what you no longer need, right? So Kali comes in and the tower is the destruction, right? So try and ask yourself now, like, what needs to be destroyed in order for me to move forward? Now, if some of you have been watching me for a while or you're just tuning in, my biggest thing is talking about how to access your own truth, right? I teach spiritual development courses on how to do that. Okay. I have a course coming up called the Academy of Light. It is a spiritual development course. It's coming up in April. And I use light language to teach this development course. The tower, yes, Jessica, she got it. The tower. I might be on a little bit of a delay here with the comments, so I apologize if I get to them on a delay. So, I teach people how to remember their light language. Okay. I speak light language. If you're not familiar with light language, you can check out my YouTube page. I have a lot of light language videos. I'm also teaching a master class very soon, March 30th. This is called Opening to Light Language. And it's an introduction to light language, what it is, and how you can use it in your life to raise your vibration, and what are the benefits of it. I'll be teaching that March 30th. If you're interested in that, please just message me your email, or if you want to put it in the chat. My email is goom2505@gmail.com. I'll put it in here. My website is almost done, and I'll have the links to join. Okay, there we go. So the point I'm making is that the reason why I use light language is because it's a language of the soul. So when light language comes in, and perhaps maybe towards the end I'll do a little light language. I always like to do that to raise the vibration. When light language comes in at the end, comes in, your logical mind can't understand it. It can't rationalize, it can't reason, it can't perceive of your senses. Okay. Another energy, a source energy, a kind of message that always comes in from source is that we as human beings, we want to understand everything, don't we? We want to understand. Don't you have this desire that you want to understand everything? Like, we need to know, we need to understand, so we can then quantify and file things into this box and this box and this box. It makes it easier and less scary, right? But the only problem with that is that source energy, really pure source oneness, the expansion of that is so large that we can't understand it. It can't be experienced through a place of understanding, because it will then create a limitation of what that understanding is, you see? So instead, we have to use another vibration that's more in alignment with the vibration of source, and that is the heart, right? That is the heart, because source energy is love. So when we're using the ego, which is of separation, right? The ego is it's a separate, it tries to understand and put things into a place of perception based on past experiences. But the heart doesn't need to know, it just needs to feel. So light language is very, of feeling of the heart. It's of source, it's not of understanding. So that's why it's very useful in source communication and coming to understand. So, this whole conversation has really just been about the language of the universe, okay? And getting to know and understand your relationship with source, and why you're frustrated, and why sometimes things feel so clear and other times things don't. I will say that in my experience as a channel and an intuitive person, that when I let go, when I let go of my own agenda, my own story, my own narrative, and stop trying to impose my will on the universe, and I let the universe reveal to me its master plan, it is always better than what I was trying to make it be. Because, and this is from a place of love, not from the ego, right? The ego believes it needs to um, impose its will, and it needs to understand. But the heart mind knows that source is always, always, always conspiring for our highest good. And if you truly believe that, if you truly believe that source is always conspiring for your highest good, then it will be a lot easier to let go. And if you truly believe that you are one with everything in all of creation, right? It'll be a lot easier to feel that connection. Because all you'll have to do is set the intention to remember that you are connected, and let go and relax and feel into that connection, and ask and receive. And ask yourself now, do you allow yourself to receive? Are you in allowing, right? Do some of you feel like you block? Do you block abundance, right? Do you struggle with that? Do you block abundance? Do you block opportunity, right? Do you block wisdom? Do you block guidance? Because I'm telling you, all there. It's just getting out of your own way. That's all it is, getting out of your own way. So I think if everybody's down for it, I'm going to pull in some light language. Please let me know if you've never heard it before. Um, if you need some guidance with that, there's like crows outside my window. I'm going to pull in some light language before we go to raise your vibration and to open up your heart center. Like I said, oh, hello. My car broke down today, reminded me to feel the emotions deep. There is just love there at the bottom. Yeah, that's beautiful. How do you say your name? Familian? I hope I was saying that right. Yeah, so it sounds like something happened to you that wasn't so great, right? And then you paused and you were like, wait a minute, this is this is this is all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. It's not to to get at me, right? To cause me pain. It's happening for a reason. It's all part of the plan. So you saw the love in that, and that is um, a really special thing. A really special thing to be able to get to that point, right? When you can be the, when you can be the stillness and the chaos, you know that you reach some kind of enlightenment, right? When you can be present, um, when you can be present and not react. Okay, so really you bring up a good point, Familian, because it's about reaction, right? Not reacting, right? Things happen for us, not to us, especially in relationships and dynamics, right? When we pause. There was a class that I took, a Kabbalah class, and they teach a method in a Kabbalah class, and it's when something happens to you that's upsetting, the energy needs to be changed right away. So you can change the energy. This thing happens. Stop. What a blessing. And I've talked about this before. So with you with the car that broke down, stop. What a blessing. Now I know it sounds silly because I'm supposed to think my car breaking down is a blessing, right? Or something like somebody yelling at me is a blessing. Well, yes, because everything is always happening for our highest good. So, and actually, you're changing the energy. So instead of being the victim, right? A victim energy is a low energy. I'm stopping, I'm pausing, I'm changing vibration, I'm changing my perception. Wow, what a blessing. And even saying it, right? Even saying it's like, well, that changes things, right? Even if you don't fully believe it, it's okay because you just want to change the energy. Wow, what a blessing, all right? Imagine somebody yelling at in your face, trying to get you to react. Wow, what a blessing! And then you're changing their energy too because you're disarming them. So you stop after that, you pause, and why is this showing up in my movie? If life is a movie and everything's happening for a reason, well, why is this showing up? Why is this showing up? And now, how can I let it go to the light, right? And that's how we move through that process. So it's not always easy. I get it. I get it. But what can we do to detach a little bit so that we're not reacting? And if you practice meditation, that's a great start. I will say that meditation enables me to be less reactive. There's like a crow really like rah, rah, to my window. I gotta look up crow. If anybody know what crow medicine means, let me know. So that was a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. So I go live every week. If you're just tuning in, if you're just watching, feel free to connect with me on email if you're interested in my Opening to Light Language Masterclasses coming up. And then we have the Academy of Light, the 8-week spiritual development course using light language. You'll get light language downloads every week from me. And we're going to explore how to become clear channels and all of that. It's amazing. It feels like a new level of perception when that happens. Yeah, really does. It's like opening up a new doorway, isn't it? It's like Sarah 2.0. She's not affected, right? Um, it really does feel, you know what it feels like? It feels like if any of you have ever watched The Matrix, it's such a great movie in so many ways. And I always use this analogy at the end when he discovers he's the one, Neo, he's able to catch that bullet. He stops and time just slows down. And he realizes that he doesn't have to react to it anymore. He was buying into the whole illusion and stops. He just looks at the bullet, right? And he plop, lets it go. So I use that analogy, become like Neo, like be less reactive and stop. Don't buy into the matrix, don't buy into the illusion. Everything's happening for a reason, for the highest best good. And if you truly believe that, right, what would, and you can ask yourself that too, what would happen in my life if I truly believed, that everything was happening for my highest best good? What doorways would that open up? What doorways of possibility? It would be pretty special, wouldn't it? Yeah. So it's been lovely chatting with you. And I'm just going to bring in some love and some light, raise your vibration. And just a final note, when you walk away, when you receive light language, it's working with your DNA and your vibration. So you may not understand what's being said. That's okay. Like I said, your logical mind doesn't need to, but when you walk away, well, I feel later. And really that's right, that all justice, law. I'm not sure what that was because the comments are delays, but what you were talking about, Jessica, um, or maybe just trusting that everything will have justice, that we don't have to seek our own justice, that justice will be because we're trusting the universe, that everything will work out. Um, love the matrix. Buy into your true self. Yes. Yeah, the matrix is really deep, very deep, draws a lot of parallels to this reality and what the matrix really is. It's a metaphor, right? Um, it's really, really powerful. So, I was always with light language. I like to set some intentions. You can set your own intention as you receive, you know. If anyone has suggestions, I know last time I think Michael Zinn suggested that we raise the vibration of the planet. Okay. If you have any intentions for this light language transmission, you can let me know and we can bring that in. And you can just have your own intention. I'll just wait for you to write some intentions if you want to do that. And the reason why I do intentions is because um, intentions always make everything more focused and more powerful because we're aligning with our own energy when we put our intention behind something, right? We're aligning with our own power and our own energy, our own power of creation to create what we want to create. We don't have to live in this separate world if something is outside of me and has power over me. No, I am the power, right? Um, I am God. I am love. I am source, you know? So I think I'll set the intention to really know that we are one with the universe, right? That we are that. Okay. So that's going to be the intention. We'll bring it in and just relax and open up your heart. Okay. Ye, ashu, sona, ye. She, ashu, no, sona, ye. Agare, ye. Agare, ye, ana, ye. Ora, hey, ay, ay. Ora, hey, ay, ay. Una, ha, ya. Sagare, ay. そうや、いかのこそや、それや、しょすだけどそ、あれいやおい、そこやま、あれけ、うこそや、あれしさその、いしょこそ、あれいなや、うこそや、めいきしゃま、うこそ、あれいやおい、うこや、めいしょい、そい、べだけでいだれや、あろお、あはye, やなやこそ、らまえや。Ramayaya, Arahaya, Sunayaya, Sunayaya, Arahaya, Ora, ikinakosoya, makatsushui, isoya, muko, oyashi, uya, aya, wakatsu, Arameya, yoi, umakati, yamara, oishu, awa, usuma, ima, awu, ayama, ayikoyama, aya. Ukoyama, yamukuyama, kikakasakatama, uyo, oria, inaheyaya. Tumayshukuta kay ishiwara ma gusto kita magashukuta ko sumi arakimi kasi kare gusto kare mo ukita kay ishikuta muna ya. Gusto ko muna ishi manari mo kato siya wari ita kay ishi mo orya. Una ya soya arakima takasuya mo karakiya watashi washiwa ita washi kata ishu. Alam kashi kata kosunya nanakashi iri iya tatoya. Are iya tatashi mo kuya ye wakusuya. Oro uaya eshima imo oku. Aremia akuso akiatse. Ukuso akiatse ara eshi wu surma a. Pate ina ereki. Ashimo kuso yare. Ane ya ya. Ane ya ya. Ukare ya ya. Ane ya ya. Ane ya ya. Sukara areyai kutuma. Tame iria, Suryama ukutsushuru utakapete, apatakapete utukutumiane nakaseriita. Shh. Take some nice deep breaths. So, really when I'm channeling, I do kind of get a sense sometimes of what's being said, not always, but there's this feeling of like, use your will to create, call in what you want, call in what you want, sing it, create it into being through your breath, through your song. You have that power. Oh, the crow. Yeah, justice law. Cool. Okay, awesome. All right, so it has been my pleasure connecting. If you're curious about light language, remembering your light language, I will be teaching a masterclass that's free March 30th. I put my email in the chat if you want to get in contact with me, and I can send you the link. I'm getting that soon, as well as if you want more information on the Academy of Light, an 8-week course to remembering your light language and strengthening your connection to Source and trusting more, doubting less. We've had some beautiful transformation through that. Courtney, blessings, love. Thank you. You were on last week. Thank you for watching again. Jessica, oh, thank you. I love you guys. So grateful. So wonderful to connect with you. Yeah, it was like a lullaby, right? Very soothing. So beautiful. I will see you next week. I usually go live on Thursdays. You can check out my YouTube channel. I have more light language videos. You can connect with me on Facebook. I have a free online community called the Empowered Light Leader. If you want any more information from me, please email me. That's the best way to contact so far as I get this website almost done. A couple more days and I'll be getting those links out to the masterclass. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.